This is Maurice from the Intermountain Railroad. I have taken apart the ES44AC from, this is J. Fine's 01's engine, and inside here is the speaker. Doesn't look that big, and it looks like a 26 millimeter, but I don't know for sure when I take it out. Now, to take this out, I would have to remove the radiator and take it from there. I can remove it very carefully, and I don't want to break it. And so I'll be right back. Alright, now I managed to pry the radiator top very carefully off the hood. And this is the speaker in question. It looks like your standard lock sound speaker. So I'm going to take this off and see how I'm going to mount the new one. Now, this may be a little tricky because this is actually mounted and glued on pretty darn good. I don't know if you can see with the camera, but yeah, so I'm going to take this off and I'm going to see how the new one looks inside. I have to say, they had glued the sweet bejesus out of this thing. It took me a good minute to get this out. Trying not to break anything. So I managed to get it out, as you can see. What I noticed, I think what happened is this baffle, speaker wasn't even glued in that well. Matter of fact, the speaker just basically plopped right out. So that might explain why you would get the shimming. There's probably nothing wrong with the speaker, but we're going to change it out anyway. So that's basically what happened. They very lightly, I don't think they even glued it at all. I think they just snapped it in. That's what it looks like. Okay. So, next step is putting in the speaker, just to test it out, to see how it fits. That's nice. Okay, just a test fit. You see how this works. Fits pretty snug so far. Just had to tuck the wiring for the power to the trucks and the light, the rear lights. I'll give you an example. If I just take this off, it's kind of hard to do with holding the camera. Yeah, you can see here the wires, the brown, the yellow, and the two reds. Those goes to the trucks and the lights. So I had to tuck them down in between that little valley there. So now I had to figure out how to wire it. First I had to cut these two black wires, which are the speaker wires. Trim them out and connect them to this and give it a test. Now what I'll probably do is blacken this part here. Reason being, because of these two fans. You can see right through them, and you don't want to see the white paper through this. So okay, so that would be the next step. And once we do that, once I get it all connected, and then we'll test it, fire it up, and see how it sounds. Oh, one more thing. To mount this, or to hold it in place, I may have to use some double-sided tape, and probably tape it on this. I don't know. I gotta see how this works. Maybe I'll tape it from the bottom, but let's see how this goes. I'll be right back. Alright, here we go. As you can see, I placed a speaker inside the hood on the radiator, and it fits very snugly. And if you can see, I used this black tape to hold the speaker in place, and it works perfectly. And now in a moment of truth, let's see how she sounds. Okay, sounds pretty good. There's no more shimming of the speaker, excuse me. It's a little louder, not light years louder. I mean, camera phone may make it sound a little bit more louder than what it is, but it does sound better. It sounds richer. Now let's see what the horn sounds like. That sounds very nice. Very nice. Okay. So what I'm going to do is clean her up a little bit, put some other parts back together, put the radiator hood back on, and we'll try it again. A week later. This is Maurice from the Eminent Mile Railroad, and I have Jason's engine here. Basically what was done, I tweaked the sounds, and still waiting on the parts to come in from Intermountain, which is the wheel brake and the grab irons for the engine. And so far I'm pretty impressed with the sound. Now, I had made a recording before, about a week ago, but like a dummy I had the fan blowing on me, so all you heard was a bunch of wind coming from the fan, or more or less moving air hitting the speaker on the or the mic on the phone. So without further ado, okay, let's see how she sounds. I'll turn her on. Now what I also did was I treated the wheels with this solution called Never Stall. And it's like an oil-based liquid that you apply to the tracks and or the wheels of your engine. And what it does, it deoxidizes the metal. And so far it works very well. When I first got the engine, it was stalling like crazy. And once I applied it and waited a week, it's working absolutely perfect. No more stalls. Now since this is louder, Jay, you're going to hear a little vibration. And this is due to the radiator in the back. The radiator is actually multiple pieces. And the grill is actually made out of metal. I don't know what type of metal, but this is where a lot of your shimming is coming from. Now I really can't figure out a way how to fix that. I'm going to get just the way it is. But again, I have time to tweak it and see what can be done with it. But so far she's running good. Oh, and Jay, we're going to have to weather it again. I mean, I was handling it a lot, so a lot of that powder stuff that you had on the engine, rubbed off on my hands. Alright, so this is Maurice from the M&M Model Railroad. Rock out.